Hi Aquarius, welcome into a general weekly reading for you. I have to say, as I step into, they're saying hop into the Aquarian energy. I looked at the camera and just smiled. There's a sense of appreciation and golden value wrapped up in your energy for the week. And when you smile, it's like you're healing from, I want to say, past trauma, all right? Past difficulties. We're going to remind you of a past difficulty or two that you did not need to deal with, okay? But you coped with it to the best of your ability, some of which is something you ran away from or left behind, if that makes sense. What you have lost is coming back to you. I'm hearing a return to the sender, all right? You're a phoenix that rises from the ashes when life kicks you down, when things don't always work out in your favor. And it's another kind of week for you where you're needing to feel powerful. You're needing to feel like more, right? We're making up for lost time in a sense, but it doesn't need to feel like a constant go, go, go kind of process. Does that make sense? It feels like the number 99 will be relevant for you if you look up that spiritual number, or maybe the angel number meaning, my apologies. But the stumbles in your world are feeling relevant at this time because you need to feel more aware of what you're going through, because a lot less of which is coming to be throughout this current week period, but more so moving forward. It feels like at times this is the energy, right? This kind of stressful heaviness, but then it's this energy at other points where you're golden, you're on top of the world, you are feeling fulfilled and accomplishing like a master. And I feel like at the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician card. I sense that you at this time are manifesting, all right? You're co-creating at moments when you don't realize it. Your dreams are very significant, but they're going to be feeling and being seen very simplistically. It reminds me of last night, towards the end of my second or third chunk of sleep. Interesting wording. I had the most simplistic and powerful vision of a dream, and it very much reminded me of a Instagram reel or a TikTok. And it was this ballerina, all right? And she was kind of organically designed, if that makes sense. She had geometric shapes all over her. Anyways, and she was all white. And I just feel like these kind of images are popping up for you. For my psychic or just very connected Aquarians drawn to the reading, that's coming to be in your waking life, right? It's like even when you're not doing something that is utilizing that, does that make sense? That you're at a day-to-day job and you're getting that vision for importance. And when you need to remember otherwise, we're going to help you with that. It's as if your Aquarian mind is changing as we speak. You're gaining clarity. I feel like even in regards to your future, it's like a lot of which you're feeling drawn to watch more tarot readings. But there are some drawn to the reading like myself where it's you wanting to just kind of allow for things to come to be effortlessly. And I'm getting that for whatever reason intertwined coming through when you're on social media. It's like, I just want to see what spirit has to show me, okay? I just want to see what messages need to come through right now. And then a spooky image comes up and it's like, okay, that's not mine. I'm not that kind of person, or maybe I am to an extent or have been in the past. But Spirit's saying, how do you want to be moving forward, okay? You're going to feel like your mind is shining bright for the world to judge and give you accolades for. There's a sense of things just working out throughout the week when you don't expect them to. The color orange is good for you at this time because it's comforting, it's bright, all right? And they're giving me the feeling, the message of the different shades of orange in every color. And that speaks upon what you're going through, right? How things can be adjusted and tweaked in your favor. Kind of like if you were to choose a darker shade of orange or a lighter one, and how that can adjust the mood, the feeling, the energy, if you will. I really feel like you're so damn independent being drawn to this reading. And there's a sense of you, they're showing a dove, all right? Or a pigeon, because pigeons have a good spiritual meaning, is what I've been reminded of. It just feels like you're reaching for the hope in a very, I want to say simplistic way, but at times it doesn't feel simplistic, does it? It's like you are at times impatient and I really feel like being drawn to this reading that impatience is not yours, whether it was an energy you picked up on being empathic or it was a spirit or two. And so don't be surprised when there's a deep breath that follows that moment and you just move on forward. Why do you think it ended so quickly? Right? Why do you think something ended so quickly? Somebody's going to need to remember why they left a living situation. It could have been a whole city, county, town, you name it, why you left that behind. Where there's a danger, potential danger. It's being shown somebody dodging it left and right. And I'm not saying that's happening for you throughout the week, but you may be reflecting upon that from your Aquarian past. It may be more so being reminded you're protected, you're guided, right? The world can be a scary place, but we've got you, okay? We can do this together. I also feel like being drawn to this reading, you need a lot less of something. All right, it feels like a bad habit, but it's not your fault, I want to say fully, or at all. But I do feel like you need the important feeling of not being alone. Does that make sense? You're going to ask yourself a lot of important questions throughout the week without even realizing it at times, and they're saying you are going to figure out the answer when the timing is right. But asking the question, even if it's a few times, is an important part of the process. I'm being drawn to the word house. I feel like some of which you could be selling and or acquiring a new house. You might gain clarity and I want to say good news for somebody on a housing situation, or again, the removal of which. But I feel like if you want a house down the line, or maybe you're just more so destined to purchase one, to acquire one, have one under your name is what I'm hearing. You're going to be pushed to envision that. How do you want it to look? I feel like some of which need to think a bit bigger, others of which need to be so content and satisfied with the small vision that feels larger to you. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be epically huge, but some of which Spirit's saying it's going to be, okay? Luxury lies ahead for a lot of which onto the reading, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of which onto the reading desire a simple life, right? Going back to that small house image that I was given, and I feel like you are at times wanting simplicity in your life, right? But at other points you want that complexity that I feel like is going to come through and or more so intertwined with expressing yourself. You're going to feel like life is just speeding on by in a sense. And then at other points when you're doing something you've done a million times, or it's just a simplistic task, it will feel like time is like a halting, right? It reminds me of me making a damn milkshake at my serving job the other night, and it was just like life has been speeding on by for me because I've been busy and going through changes, and it just I was struggling, and it's like Spirit was saying, just stop, okay? Be one with the struggle, even it's important at this time. I'm also being drawn to the word advanced. You're being viewed that way. You're advanced, I feel like, for some of which when it comes to something, I got mythical. I don't know why I heard that, but I was going to say tarot reading for some. It could be absolutely another talent of yours. And you might even remember something that you felt advanced in from the past. I feel like that's going to be re-implemented, utilized to your advantage, and that may be a version of expressing coming to be. I feel like you're also going to gain clarity on another wish fulfillment that is right around the corner, some of which is a soulmate, all right? And I feel like for a lot of which it's an immense amount of career success, potentially bringing you all the money that you deserve, right? Not all at once, but you get the point. It could be an investment as well, some of which as well, there's going to be a focus on a car. You may be drawn to look at certain vehicles of importance. I want to say at times for the feeling, the color, and the purpose otherwise, but it's them saying, are you sure you want that kind? And I feel like the color is going to be significant for you. But I feel like it's a week where you're remembering your worth at certain points, because you're meant to feel worthy. You're meant to feel, again, connected, purposeful. And I feel like taste is coming into play. And on a random note, things are going to taste different for you. I think that came up in a reading for you recently. Things are going to be desired differently. They're reminding me of a cheap hot coffee that I've been drinking. And the other day, a spirit was like, we're removing that. You can finish the amount that you have, but we're removing that because you deserve better quality, okay? You deserve more. It feels like this is a very important week for you, Aquarius, where you're being reminded to lift your chin held high because you've been through a lot and you're still going through it at certain points, but things are brightening up for you, okay? Again, I feel the need to remind you, you are so damn important and you are advanced. Beautiful.